Hello everyone, myself Krishna. This is part 2 of using the for each row in data table activity. In this video, I am going to explain what are all the ways we can extract the column information and the properties are available in for each row in data table activity and how we can apply the filters inside the for each row in data table activity. So let's get started. To extract the column information, we have an activity get row item. So here we can pass the current row, then we can select the number or name. So basically we can pass the column index or column name. So I am selecting the name and then we can create a variable. So this way we can extract the column information. So let me take one log message and let me add the variable name and let's run. So the details were extracted. So in the row section we can add one more expression. So here I am going to add dt dot rows and then row index. So this expression also will get the processing row information. So the details were extracted, right? So in the log message I am going to mention the different ways that we can extract the column information. So I am mentioning the separator as pipe. So using the current row, in the current row I am going to pass the column name. So this is the one approach, and the another approach using the data table and the row index combination. dt dot rows row index and then column name. So using these three approaches we can extract the column information. So the details were extracted, right? Properties for the for each row in data table. Index, basically it will give the current processing index value. The index value will starting from 0. Max iterations, so basically if you want to set any limit for the iteration, we can set the max iteration value. So let's say in the data table I have 10 rows are available, but I wanted to iterate only 2 rows. In that scenario we can set the max iteration. So here I am going to mention the max iteration as 2. Then here I am going to log the name. So let's see what will happen here. So only 2 names got extracted from the third row. The loop got break, right? The condition, so basically by default it is true, it will iterate all the rows in the data table. But if you set any condition and if that condition is true, then only the iteration will be happen. If the condition is false, then the loop will be break. So let me add one condition here. dt dot rows row index address dot toString equal to Hyderabad. So this means the processing row address should be Hyderabad, then only we should continue the loop, or else we should break the iteration. Click on save. So let me add address in the log message as well. So the first row address is Hyderabad, so the loop got continued, and the second row address is Mumbai, then the loop got break, right? So let me remove the condition. So in my previous video I did explain how to filter the data using the filter data table activity. So there I have taken a scenario to extract the employees information whose salary greater than 5000, right? So let's see how we can filter the data inside the for each row in data table activity. So for that I am going to take one if condition. So here I am going to write an expression current row salary dot toString. Here I am going to convert the salary into the integer. So in case if you are mentioning the salary in string format or integer format, then this expression will filter the data. Then I am going to mention greater than and then 5000, right? So here I am going to take one log message. Current row of name dot toString current row of salary dot toString. So if you see here, the employees whose salary is greater than 5000 details were extracted, right? So let's see how we can add the details into the another data table. So first I'm going to create one empty data table. So dt output, then I'm going to clone, inside the if condition I'm going to take an activity add data row. So here I'm going to pass the data table dt output. So in the array row I am going to mention the expression as current row dot item array. So basically the item array will give the details in the array form. Click on save and let's run the process. So here in the dt output, so we have a details, right? So in the same way, let's add one more filter and current row address dot toString dot to upper equal to Hyderabad. So that means the employees whose salary greater than 5000 and the address equal to Hyderabad, those details will be extracted. Click on save. So only one employee details are extracted, right? So let's check in the data table. So 24,000, 5,000, right? So here we are extracting all the columns information. Let's say I wanted to extract only few details like a name and salary only. I am going to take one build data table activity to create the data table structure. In the add data row we need to change this expression, so basically it will extract all the columns information. but we need only name and salary, right? So here I'm going to mention current row of name dot toString comma current row of salary dot toString. So if you see the DTA output data table, we have details, name and salary, and these are the details. So this way we can filter the data and then we can get the information. Hope this video is helpful. Thanks for watching this video. Have a nice day.